Frozen Over is probably not my favorite song on the album, but I guess my most proud moment creatively. And I don't think a lot of people are going to get it, which is why I'm doing this behind the scenes video, so that more people can understand what the deal is with the song. I was hearing a lot of songs on the radio, that a lot of kind of EDM songs using this exact same snare drum sample, like the exact same sample, and I use it in the song, and it was just bugging me. I was like, dude, like, why is everyone using this same sample? Like, it's just pick a different sound. Like, you don't have to sound the same. And so I just came home after hearing that on the radio one day, and I picked up my guitar and I just strummed the first kind of chords, and it's just like, I'm just so tired of that same old sound, that same old kick, that same old snare, that same old snap. I'm just so... In the first verse, if you listen, I changed the sample, just the drum samples just for that part, to those samples. It's like I'm saying, I'm showing you I'm showing you the evidence. Exhibit A, B, and C. These are the drum samples I'm talking about.
I'm just so tired of that same old sound, that same old kick, that same old snare, that same old snap. I'm just so tired.
So I made the whole song, and it was exactly what you heard. And then I was playing it for my girlfriend, and she was like, "This is, it sounds a little bit arrogant that you're saying you're just so tired of the same old sounds, but your song kind of sounds like all those other ones." And I listened to it and I was like, crap, you're right. Like, this song sounds exactly like what you would hear on the radio. It doesn't sound different. So it's like, who am I to say I'm going to be different and then in that song make it sound exactly the same? So I went back to the drawing board with it, and then I was like, and then I had this moment where I was like, I know exactly what I'm going to do. The inspiration kind of came from a song by John Bellion called Simple and Sweet. It's the first, I'm a huge fan of his, and that's the first song I ever heard from him. And I've watched the behind the scenes of him making that song, and he talks about how he makes the whole first portion of the song, he's talking about how things don't need to be crazy, they just need to be simple, and the lyrics and the music reflect that. But then there's a part where he says, but if things get complicated, and then it drops into a completely different beat, completely different song. And I was like, dude, that is exactly what needs to happen in Frozen Over. I'm gonna intentionally make the whole first part of the song sound like every other song you've heard. It's a parody, it's satire. And then I'm gonna drop it at the end into a completely different thing that is more like what I like to make, something you have never heard before.
Oh, I know what you're about to say. How could this be different if... Reversing it, show you all the hidden things you've heard in it. That's all that I've done and start to realize I'm just gonna stop.
So in the beginning of the song, I have a voice, like a weird, like synthetic voice saying 3, 3, 20, 20, 3, 3, 20, 20. And if you listen to the song, at exactly 3 minutes and 20 seconds is when I drop the beat into the new kind of different weird thing. It's when the whole shift happens. And so it's almost like I'm calling my shot early, and you wouldn't know that until you listen to the whole song, and then can go back and be like, oh my god, he put that in the beginning. Like, he was giving me a foreshadowing, almost like calling his shot in advance.
3, 20, 3, 20, 3, 20.
20.
Never be the same, never be the same, never be the same, never be the same. Miss the event, miss the event, miss. the same, never be 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 the same. This is my time.